I had 89 offers on a new build in North Austin about 3 weeks ago. And then there was another house in Round Rock, it was a resale, that had 96 offers. It's just crazy. Listen, if you're trying to get into this market and you're either a first-time buyer or a second-time buyer or an investor and you don't know the tricks of the trade, that's what makes it difficult. We're gonna go over a few of these in this video so you can get a home. I'm Ian of Austin, your real estate guide. Listen, I know it's tough out there, but if you're serious, we can make this happen. That brings me to both my first and my second point. Get pre-approved by a local lender. Rewind it back, I said two very important things right there. Pre-approval is not the same thing as a pre-qualification. Pre-qual is when you tell some rando lender that you make $75,000 a year, you've got no debt, you don't owe anybody anything. And a pre-approval is when the lender checks your credit. They can check your debt. They can check your income. And it doesn't matter what story you tell them, they can see it on paper. These are the facts. So if you do have blips on your credit or a $1,000 car payment, that's going to show up. Here's the question you have to ask yourself. Would you rather it show up now, or would you rather it be like the week before you're supposed to move into your new house and then you lose it and you don't have anywhere to go? That happens. And the second part is the local lender. If you see a house at 7 p.m. at night on a Saturday, in this market, if you're not able to call that lender and get some questions answered about that house, maybe find out what the payments are going to be, you need a new lender. That's exactly how the seller's thinking, right? Like, can we actually get in touch with this person? Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with an online lender or a big bank. The thing is, you're just a number. They probably have thousands of loans and they're closed on the weekends. They can take their sweet time to get things done. Can you? The next thing, and I see a lot of people miss out because of this, be ready to execute. Be ready to make a decision within 24 hours or less. If you're the kind of person that's slow to make decisions, this isn't your market. I'm sorry. And even waiting 24 hours might be too long in some situations. But at least what you know is that if you get in your offer quickly, sellers will have a chance to review that among the multiple offers. And if you're thinking of going the new build route, then that's fine, but you have to be ready to put down the $1,000 or $2,000 earnest money to lock in the price and start the build. That's assuming they have inventory. Right now, even builders are running out of houses. I keep tabs on which ones do have inventory though. Appraisal waivers. I think these are misunderstood. Now, this doesn't work in every state, but for Texas, this has been really good. So here's what you're committing to with waiving the appraisal. You're saying, I know this house, I'm going to pay $500,000 for it. If the lender, your lender comes back and says, you know what, I really only think it's worth $490,000, you, as the buyer, have to be willing to bring the extra $10,000 to the table. Just over 10 years ago, I tried to buy my first house in Kenosha, Wisconsin. It was a challenge to say the least. It was a few days before closing and the realtor came to me and said, you're going to have to bring an extra $10,000. These are real numbers. I'm like, extra $10,000? What does that mean? I was appalled. I don't think the realtor understood how much I had to save to be able to be ready to buy the house. To begin with, $10,000, I was like, what? I was so mad, and I don't even get mad. I felt like I was lied to. And I went and I CC'd everyone. I'm talking the title company, the lender, the realtor, the lawyer for the title company, everybody. And I said, listen, I've got the money. We agreed that we were going to let me buy this house. I want to buy this house. Why don't you people want to sell me this house? What's happening? What's going on? What's going wrong?
What do you mean, you people?
Side note, don't do that. That's not good. Don't CC everybody. Learn from my mistake, please. But I didn't know any better. The realtor was part-time. She didn't know any better. And I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that the experience of the realtor or the fact that they didn't even do this as a full-time job, I didn't realize that mattered. But that's beside the point. Looking back, it's actually great that it fell through. I probably wouldn't have moved to Austin had that not happened. It was a life-changing experience. In fact, it's the catalyst to why you're watching this video today, right now. That's the reason why I became a realtor, because that hurt so bad. I was like, I can't let this happen to people. People need to understand what this means. So when I say appraisal waiver, that's what I'm talking about. You need to know in advance that you're committing to bring the gap, the extra money above what the lender will let you borrow. And if you can't do that, or you're not comfortable with it, or you're not sure it's a good deal, that's okay. We'll talk about it and we'll strategize, because that's another part of it. There might be other ways around it or other properties that we have to go after. What are we on? Number 5? Number 5. Be creative in your delivery. So if you're sending an offer for a property, don't be lazy. A lot of agents are really lazy. I've been lazy before. I get it. Even while the market is this hot, just being a little more creative can put you one step ahead of the competition. Let me explain. Being early, having a clean offer, meaning no mistakes on the paperwork, and not nitpicking about little things like the home warranty that's $500. Really, you're buying a $400,000 house. $500? Come on. And this one, actually filling out all the fields in the contract. There are some people that leave that blank, and that's just disgusting. That's a strong word. So that's what clean means. And I would say that's the bare minimum, is make it a nice presentation, like you were applying for a job and this was your resume. Now, if that's the minimum, I'm encouraging you to go one step above. This is a secret. Nobody does this. I am the only person that I know of who's actually done this. If you know of anybody else, please let me know. I've had clients of mine make videos like what you're watching right now to be able to submit along with the offer. Here's why. It's no different than my email that has my signature and my picture at the bottom, or a business card that has your picture. It sends a subliminal message saying, I too am human, like you. That seller is getting to know your personality. And if all other numbers are even, like let's say there's 15 offers and all the offers are even numbers, you're going to stand out. The truth of the matter is, selling is often sad. So when people are letting go of their home, it's easier when they know they're giving it to a person or a family. Now, this doesn't apply to builders or investors, and a really good agent is going to know how to read the room. It's basic human psychology. They get to know you. Hopefully they like you. And with a pre-approval, because they get to see the numbers, they can trust you. Those are the pillars of building a relationship and making the deal happen. With everything in this world being so automated or cold or even divisive, just being good to people can make or break a deal. And I feel like sharing a little bit of your humanity or your personality highlights that. So I hope that makes sense. I hope it helps. I kept it kind of short, but thanks for subscribing, and I'm working on some videos that I think are going to be a pretty good value to you. Have a good one.